Okay, let's dive into this explainer on the reality behind Cristiano Ronaldo's journey. When we look at absolute sports legends, it is just so incredibly easy to only see the finished product. We see the massive trophies, the endless accolades, the undisputed GOAT status. We almost assume it was just preordained. But today we're going to strip away that myth. We're looking closely at the actual framework of an unparalleled work ethic. Because to truly understand this level of achievement, we have to look way past all the glamour and really examine the relentless daily grind that actually built it.
We all love a good origin story, don't we? As fans, we're constantly looking for that cinematic turning point. So, was there one single, definitive moment when Cristiano Ronaldo realized, I belong among the greatest? Think about that for a second. We really want to believe in a mythical flashpoint, you know? Like a single game, one specific breathtaking goal, or a sudden epiphany on the pitch where everything just magically clicked into place. But the reality of elite performance is rarely that simple, and it's almost never built on just a single realization.
The truth is, establishing a legacy of this absolute magnitude wasn't just about scoring goals. Anyone can score when the pressure is off, right? For Ronaldo, it was fundamentally about continually proving himself on the absolute biggest stages the sport has to offer. It's really about the context of the achievement. It's one thing to have talent, but it is an entirely different beast to leverage that talent when literally the entire world is watching, when the stakes are at their absolute peak, and when your margin for error is essentially zero. Let's move on and see how this builds. His journey didn't just start with a crown. It began with a dream and an absolutely incredible work ethic. As his career progressed, he didn't just sit back and stay comfortable. No way. He constantly tested himself across Europe's toughest leagues. He conquered the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A, adapting to entirely new cultures and totally different styles of play. He lifted multiple Champions League trophies, and through sheer, unyielding output, he ascended to become one of football's all-time leading goal scorers. It's this incredible chronological ascent, fueled by continuous, grueling adaptation. And here is exactly where human psychology usually betrays us. For most people, achieving the pinnacle of their field is a massive signal to finally relax. Take a breath. But for Ronaldo, every single achievement just brought new expectations. Every new season brought fresh, way more difficult challenges. The defining characteristic of his journey is that instead of slowing down after tasting success, he kept raising his standards. When he reached the ceiling, he simply decided, okay, this is the new floor. Now, what's really interesting about this is exactly why so many fans consider him the absolute greatest. It really comes down to three core pillars. First, his performances in the biggest matches, literally showing up when his team needed him the absolute most. Second, his consistency. We aren't talking about a peak of 2 or 3 seasons here. We are looking at a multi-decade reign at the very top. And third, carrying the hopes of his entire country to historic success with Portugal. These aren't just bullet points. They are the actual structural supports of his GOAT status. And this brilliantly illustrates a massive fundamental difference between claiming greatness and actually embodying it. For Ronaldo, greatness was never a title he just expected to be handed to him. The myth we tell ourselves is that greatness is a permanent state of being. But the reality is that greatness is essentially rented, and the rent is due every single morning in the form of sweat, focus, and sacrifice. So, what does a relentless pursuit actually mean in practice? Well, it means that even after making history, even after totally securing his legacy, he continued training with the exact same determination that drove him from the very beginning. Just imagine having all the money, all the fame, and literally all the records, yet still possessing the desperate hunger of a rookie fighting for a spot on the team. That ongoing choice, that absolute refusal to be satisfied, is the true engine of his success. So, the crucial point is, there was perhaps never just one moment. There wasn't a sudden lightning bolt of realization. Instead, Cristiano Ronaldo became one of the greatest through a compounding sequence of thousands upon thousands of seemingly ordinary moments. It's the aggregation of marginal gains. It's those quiet moments away from the cameras, the discipline when absolutely no one is cheering, slowly stacking on top of each other over a lifetime. Step 1. One training session executed with total focus. Step 2. One goal, born from that exact preparation. Step 3, one victory at a time. Training session, goal, victory, repeat, over and over again for decades. It is this rhythmic, ascending cadence of granular effort that actually builds a mountain of historic achievement. That's the legacy that continues to inspire millions around the world. And it's not just about the sport of football, is it? It's a literal blueprint for human potential. As we've seen,
True greatness isn't found in a single mythical moment, but in the relentless daily commitment to raising your own standards. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this thought. If the greatest of all time was built one training session, one effort, one single day at a time, what single focused action can you take today to begin compounding your own path to greatness?